All right, so I wanted to give you guys a little background before we dig into this franchise with the New York Mets. I've been absolutely obsessed with Out of the Park Baseball Go, which is fairly new on the cell phone, from what I understand. It was only $10, so it was super easy entry fee for me to try it out. And I've been doing like 3 or 4 seasons, and it's been absolutely incredible. I love numbers, especially when it comes to baseball and all of that stuff. It goes back to when I was younger. I used to live in New York, grew up a Mets fan. Parents got the Daily News all the time, which was the Mets paper, if you will, back in the day. But I always remember going into the paper, flipping it to the back, going to the box score, checking out box scores, all of that stuff, etc. So I think the passion for numbers and stuff like that kind of built from there. And it's funny because it's only been like that for baseball and not the other sports. But I've also played baseball for a really long time, so maybe that's also part of it. It's also the sport that I really pay attention to, and I'm a big Mets fan. So here we are, out of the ballpark, or out of the park, 26 on the PC now, and I think I might do a long form series for this, just because I think it's interesting, and I'll kind of walk you through what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take the camera off so you guys can see more of the screen because there's a lot of stats. But I'm kind of going to walk you guys through what I'm working for the Mets. I picked them up. I think we started November 30th. We're at December 6th. So I'll fill you in on some of the things I'm trying to do with the team. And then I'll walk you through the season. So, all right. So let's take the cam down, and I'll walk you through everything I'm trying to do. So this is our page here, one of many pages, but this is kind of my overview page that I like to look at. So we have last game. Oh, I can actually tell it straight here. So we've got last game here. We've got our standings here. We've got links and stuff like that here. Some quick links that I can get to. My inbox is here, team finances, some actionable stuff that I can do. Here's another look at my team roster, my rotation, and my bullpen, which I like to keep an eye on all the time, along with the stats. Here's my personal info as the manager, and of course, goals that Steve Cohen has given me for the year. But for now, I don't know why I went to Telestrate here when I also have my mouse here. Doesn't matter. Maybe I'll do some drawing and stuff like that a little bit later. But I want to walk you through what I was going through right now. So I'm going to take you through the Mets lineup, and you can probably see some of the things that I've done. But here's the lineup so far. In terms of what you see here in the green is everybody who's in the starting lineup right now, right? So Juan Soto in right. And these are updated up until November, I believe. So like the Bo Bichette move that the Mets made, the Framber Valdez move that the Mets made is not part of the game. I could have simulated to that point, but I wanted to start right when the offseason started, right at the end of the World Series at the end of November. So we've got Soto in right, Lindor at short, Francisco Lindor at catcher, Marcus Semien at second, Jeff McNeil still on the team at second base, Brett Beatty at third, Mark Vientos at first, Tyrone Taylor starting in left, Yi-Hwan Bae in center, starting rotation, starting lineup. As for my pitching, starting rotation, Clay Holmes, Sean Manaea, Nolan McLean, David Peterson, Kodai Senga. You see the bullpen here. Oscar Brazaban, Reed Garrett, Joey Garber, Dickie Lovelady, Tyler McGill, Brooke Raley, Christian Scott, AJ Minter is my closer, because remember, Edwin Diaz right now is a free agent. So no Edwin Diaz sitting currently. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through what I'm currently thinking in terms of my lineup. I would really, so remember I played on Go, so for about 4 seasons, so I kind of know where some of these players, at least in that first sim through, ended up doing. I can tell you I'm not the biggest fan of Marcus Semien at the age of 35 at the contract that he has. So if we look at his contract right here, we've got him we're entering 26, so we have him for 3 more years at $26 million a year. He's already 38. He's already 35. He's going to be 38 by the time his contract is over. His defense is outstanding. You can see all the accolades he has here. And you can see, he's a 65. So this is a scale from 20 to 80. They've got him rated as 65 at second base. He's got decent hitting numbers. His best statistic here is he avoids Ks. He's at a 65. I'm not the biggest fan of his bat, although I know his defense is going to be really good. As you can see, his defensive ratings are in the light blue, which helps distinguish between good and bad. Yellow's a little bit bad. Red would be worse. He's in the light blue here. He would be a darker blue if he was closer to 80. His defense is going to be solid. I don't know how I like his offense, especially considering he's 35 years old. But I don't think I can get rid of his contract. So he's on the squad, even though he hasn't played yet. Obviously, that's the move that David Stearns had already made. So there we are with Semien. I don't know how I feel. I would obviously love to upgrade Tyrone Taylor. I would love to upgrade Ji-Hwan Bae if possible. I might do that in my minors. So if I come to Syracuse here, Ryan Clifford, I really, really like. Jet Williams, I'm a big fan of. Carson Binge could potentially, you can see his overall is 2 stars out of 5 right now, with a potential of 3.5 stars pushing 4. So I'm kind of looking at the minors right now, early on, to see if I can supplement some of those guys for Ji-Hwan Bae and Tyrone Taylor, who's sitting in left. Jared Young is another solid guy that I liked in the sim for Go. He's 30 years old, though, so he's already getting older. Everybody else I kind of like. I might get rid of Mark Vientos. I'm up in the air about Vientos. I really like Vientos, and I really would like to get rid of Jeff McNeil. I haven't really started any processes on that. So let me tell you what I'm working on to improve the team in the offseason. So if we go to the offseason center, we're going to go to free agents. These are the list of our free agents, our current free agents in the going into the 2026 year. Kyle Tucker and Kyle Schwarber are leading the list. You see Pete Alonso, Harrison Bader, Alex Bregman, Cody Bellinger, blah, blah, blah. These are sorted by batters. I'll do all players just so you can get a sense of everybody's overall. And as you can see, Edwin Diaz is rated as the top listed free agent going into the offseason. You can see his demand right now at $29 million a year. These are the demands, $47 million a year for Kyle Schwarber. Gotta love that, right? Okay. So, but the guys you see in green are the guys that I've already offered. So I'm actually going to show you that right now as I'm trying to upgrade. I think I ended up with about 114 million for the off season for free agents. You can see down at the bottom, I have money that I get from Steve Cohen for extensions, which I have not done any extensions. And then, like I said, I think I had 114 for free agents. And you can see I've already made some offers because I'm down to 37 million for free agents. So I'm going to show you what that is. We're going to go to pending offers. And you can already tell that you can already see that there's been some movement here. So I made an offer on Framber Valdez for 3 years for a total of 60 million. So 20 million a year, and he favors the offer right now. It was an early offer. Kyle Tucker, I put in an offer for, although he is 28, I don't necessarily like his age for a 9-year deal, but I do like his bat. He avoids Ks here. Look at his eye. His gap power is decent. His power is decent, right? But he'll be able to hit for average, I'm assuming. And he's a fairly above average right fielder. Average is usually 50 in the game, and they have him scouted at 60. We have multiple scouts. Here's my head scout, has him at a 60. The OSA rating has him at a 60. So I like Cal Tucker. His bat. We'll see. But I put in a bid for Cal Tucker. I've got one for Framber Valdez because I would like to get a top line starter for the Mets, because what I'm thinking about doing, if we look back at the rotation, is pitching staff. We've got David Peterson here. We've got players entering arbitration going into 2026, and I actually withdrew David Peterson's offer. It's $7.8 million, so I wanted to get some of that money back into my salary cap or into my budget that Steve Cohen gave me. So I'm not biggest fan of David Peterson, and I think we can get more, especially if we can get Framber Valdez. So Framber Valdez is my first choice for starter right now. So I made him an offer, and I've already waived David Peterson. You can see the other guys for arbitration. We're in on Oscar Brazaban, Tyler McGill, Brooke Raley, Austin Morin, Luis Returns, and Tyrone Taylor, who I all look at as role players, obviously. All right, so if we go back to free agency, where are we at? All right, so if we go back to free agents, I have to go to pending offers because Framber Valdez favors the offer. Tucker, 9 years, $35 million a year. He's pending, so he liked the offer. He's gonna wait. Pete Alonso, I did offer. So this is where Vientos comes in. We currently have Vientos slated to play first, because if I get Bo Bichette, who you see is the offer, I'm going to move Bo Bichette to third, just like the Mets currently did, because we obviously have Francisco Lindor at short. So Bo Bichette, he's obviously pending. Pete Alonso, I made an offer, 7 years, $32 million. I actually don't like the 7 years because he's 30. I'm kind of like David Stearns, where I kind of like that 3 to 4 years, but he wouldn't bite. So I went with 7 with a lower number for 32. He was good at the time. Now he wants more money. So I'm actually just going to go back to my page here because I wanted to see what the email said from Pete. So we get emails every day to kind of update. So Framber Valdez, you put a lot of time and thought into the offer. I think this I could accept, but I want to take a few more days. Pete Alonso obviously came back and said the offer was not bad, but please increase the amount of money, or I will see this as a sign, or I will not see this as an unsignable deal. All right, so we're gonna go into Pete and see his numbers. They still have him as a 4. He's a slightly above average first baseman at 55. Obviously, the only position he can play. We can obviously DH him. You see his numbers. Currently slightly above average contact, avoiding Ks, gap power, he's above average, power, he's above average, eye, right about average, right? You see some other stuff here, extremely popular with the national population, morale is normal, expectation to be a cleanup hitter, he's been in the league for 7 years. All right, health status is okay, normal, blah, blah, blah. All right, and then we can obviously take a look back at his stats. We get like a little snapshot here of his numbers. We can also take a look at his contract and how long he's been a professional, all of that fun stuff, injury history they have once that happens. But we can also take a deeper dive into all of his stats and obviously his highs, his 53, his rookie season, his 131 RBI back in 2022. So we can kind of track his numbers here. All right, so what are we going to now? Oh, I want to make the offer or counter offer. So we're just going to come back here. We're going to go offer contract. So he says he would like a 7-year, $35 million, 35.6 contract over 7 years, totaling $249 million. I had previously offered 7 years at 32. So just because he wants the 35, it doesn't sound like anybody else is involved yet. I'm still going to go lower than the 35, but higher than the 32. I really don't like the 7 years, but I am going to try again. I'm just going to go 5 years with a player option. Actually, he's going to be 35 at that point. Yeah, player option, because I like to keep it. I don't mind giving them some control. Maybe we'll do a player option here and a team option here. So we got a player option after year 3. He can decide what he wants to do. He'll be 33 years old. Okay. And I think I'm going to do, since I offered 32 last time and we're at 34.8, I think I'm going to go 33 even for year 1, but we're also going to match it. So if we use for all, we're going to match it throughout. All right. So what that does is it will now leave me $4 million left for free agency. If I do this, I'm going to ask for a response to see what he thinks. He doesn't like a team option without some guaranteed money attached to it. Please indicate the buyout on the option. Now I didn't realize. So we'll just make this a player option. All right. So we're going to ask for a response. Salary offer is not going to get it done. So he came back with, still I want 7 years for 35. I still don't want to do 7. So what if I do 4 for 38? You see it gets lower as we go. Leaves me 3 million in cap. I'm just going to see what he says. Doesn't really like it. He went back to the 7 years, which I still don't like. I'm not going to be able to get out of this contract. He'll be 37. And we don't know. All right. So what I'm going to do, we'll do 7 years because I really do like him at first base. We're going to go 34. We'll give him the years, but we're going to give him less. We're going to go 34. That gets me back to 3.8. No player opt-outs. No trade clause. Actually, it includes a no trade clause there. Promised role starter. Bonus for an all-star game, 220. How about we'll give him 1 million if he wins MVP. Okay? And see what that does. Acceptable offer. I'll get back to you soon. So we're going to submit it. And now it's submitted. So now we can go back. And now we've got our pending offers. Framber Valdez is currently leaning towards us. And Tucker and Alonso and Bo Bichette are pending. All right. So there we go. So I have nothing else that I really want to do. We already voted for awards, postseason awards. So we're going to continue. I like to continue every week. So I already have this set to continue for the week. All right. So we've got some stuff to read. We've got some emails. So we're going to check those. All right. So Bo Bichette, leaning towards your offer for the next 7 years at 30.8. Though I'm still waiting to see if anybody else makes me a better offer. Okay. Hall of Fame voting begins. So we can cast our ballot for the Hall of Fame. So let's do that. I already know where I'm going with this, because obviously we know what the Hall of Fame votes were for this year. So we obviously have 10 votes. I want to see, I just don't know. So there's no order. But so Beltran, where's Andrew Jones? Andrew Jones. I didn't know his nickname was the Curacao Kid. Very cool. All right. So I don't really know what my metrics are going to be for voting for the Hall of Fame stuff, but I definitely know those are my votes for sure. They should definitely get in. I'm going to look to see what they give me here. I don't even remember Bobby Abreu playing for the Mets. Yeah, I do remember Bobby Abreu playing for the Mets, actually. Okay, so let's take a look at his slash numbers. All right, we're going to go through this real quick. Octavio Dotel. Remember him as a Met? Outstanding. All right, I'm going to go through this and then I'll get back to you guys. All right, so I have my Hall of Fame votings or in, and I'll give you my standard for this while I was going through. I was looking, if you were at least a 5-time All-Star, you were already at the top of my list, because there's definitely guys who have solid, decent numbers, right? But why is Chris Iannetta on here with a bad slash of 230, 345, and 406, but never made an All-Star game? His WAR is 25.7, fine, but if you got voted to an All-Star game, you're probably really good and at the top of your class. So the minimum requirement was 5 All-Star games, and then after that, I was really looking at if you won a certain amount of awards, like here, 5-time All-Star for Mark Burley, 4-time Great Glove Award or Gold Glove winner. Obviously, they're not calling it Gold Glove. You were on my list, so here we go. So Beltran, Braun, wait, Andrew Jones, they put it 6. Okay, Carlos Beltran, Ryan Braun. I don't know why they put it. Oh, they put this in alphabetical order. Got it. So Carlos Beltran, Ryan Braun, Mark Burley, King Felix, Torrey Hunter, Andrew Jones, Dustin Pedroia, Manny Ramirez, Alex Rodriguez, David Wright. So that's my ballot for the All-Star game. So we're going to submit, or excuse me, we're the Hall of Fame. So we're going to submit. We're going to put that in. That is now in. That's one of the other things checked off my list. So this is a good thing to go by. Salary arbitration, award voting, which I did, and then Hall of Fame voting, which I just did. So we're going to go back another week. Hopefully we've got something in our inbox. We do. So we're going to go to the Pete. There's a long way to go before I decide whether I'm going to play next year, but your offer of $34 million per year over the next 7 might have cleared some things up in my mind. I hope we can work things out and be on the same page by opening day. Great, Bo Bichette, your offer has been topped by a different team. I worked hard to get where I am, and I appreciate something more rewarding. The Braves are proposing to give me a fair market value and have to say are my front runners. Okay, so I'm actually just going to dip back here just in case we did not get an email. We're going to go back to free agency and we're going to go to pending offers. So Pete Alonso favors the offer. Framber Valdez still favors the offer. Tucker's still waiting. Bo Bichette got a better offer. Now, I love the fact that they don't tell you what the offer is, and we would never know what the offer is. But I can go to contract now and see where he's at. All right, so he wants... My previous offer was 7 for 30. He needs we now have him in at 7 for 34. If I do 7 for 34, it's going to leave me with $625,000 left for free agency. I would love to make, I always like to leave some money left in the budget. So we're going to do the same thing we did with for Pete. I don't mind going 7 years for Bo because he's 27. That puts him at 34. So I'm okay with that. We're just going to see if we can go $32 million a year, give him an opt-out, player opt-out here after the 30 season, and then he's got another player opt-out, another player opt-out. So we're going to ask for a response. It's an acceptable offer. That puts me back at 2.6 million left to make a move if I want to. And then we're going to submit the offer. All right. So we'll get there again. We're going to sim for another week. All right. You've unlocked the following achievement. Great bat. Congratulations. First time Pete Alonso won a silver slugger, or great bat is what they're calling it, obviously for licensing and everything. But so Pete Alonso won that. I had nothing to do with it. I did not play that season, but we can take a look at the winners in the National League. So Hunter Goodman at catcher, Pete Alonso at first, Ketel Marte at second, Eugenio Suarez at third, Geraldo Perdomo at short, Cal Schwarber at left, Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA in center, and Juan Soto in right field. So the Mets ended up with 2 Silver Slugger awards, or Great Bat Award winners. That was the update on Bo. We have an update on Framber. It's tough for me to say this, but I'm leaning towards an offer from New York. And it's the Yankees. If there's a way we can work things out, then we can do so. But right now, the Yankees have put together a better package. Great. So, all right. So we're going to go back to Framber. We're going to go offer contract. All right. So he wants a 3-year with a player option for his second year. All right. So I currently see where I have for money left over is free agency. My last offer was 20. Can't give him that because I'm way over, and Steve Cohen's not gonna like that. I can actually show you. Your owner does not approve. Blah 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 blah. Just so you're aware. All right. So let's see if I can come down from that. I offered him 21 last time, so we're gonna go 22. We're gonna do 22 even. It gives me 625. I kind of want to. I gave him 3 for 22 for 20. It didn't say. Cardinals have now made him a better offer. He says here. The email said it was the Yankees. Interesting. As for a response, didn't like it. Okay, so he might be a little too much for my blood now. We might be out on Framber Valdez here. So, because if I go, let's say I go 22-2, use for all, right? That's gonna get me. Yeah, that's well. We could do that. We could go 22-2 there and 22-5 here, right? Uncle Steve still might not like that. It's gonna be 425. Ask for a response. He likes it. It gets me under and gets him in. So we'll submit it. All right. Okay, so you can see my numbers here. I have 425,000 left for free agents, but I have 16 million available cash. I believe that is for. Let me just double check. Oh, we can go to off season free agents. Yeah, 425. This is what I was looking for. I need to know. I have to find it on the computer where I can find my budget for extensions. Here we go. Total money. Maybe I don't have that number on the PC. I have to. It's got to be somewhere, right? Salaries. Nope. Finances. Their money for extensions 2027. Currently none. That's what I was looking for, though. All right. All right, so let's go back to the off-season center. We're gonna go to free agents. We're just gonna double check because they don't always send an email on my pending offers, and we're still pending. Okay, so let's say I don't get Framber. Who's still available at starter that I would back down to? Dylan Cease wants 18 million. So he's an option who I was looking at earlier. Not bad, still above average with his pitches here, slightly above average pitcher. His movement isn't great. His stuff, though, is good. So Dylan Cease is an option if I don't get Framber. Outside of that, I would not, Clayton's too old. He's getting ready to retire. Michael King is 30 years old. He's not bad. Similar stuff, less pitches compared to Framber. Framber's obviously a lefty. So there's some options. I'm always looking at age. Once we get to that 30 window, I'm a little bit more hesitant because contracts are crazy. Who did we just see that was 26? Who did I just see that was 26? I saw 36, not 26. But Dylan Cease could be a good option. If we don't get Pete, I think I'm gonna go with either Ryan Clifford or why can't I think of his name? on the roster. Either Ryan Clifford or Jared Young. That's what I was thinking of. Jared Young's getting older. Could be a good replacement, but let's see what else we have for Pete. Let's see what else. Free agent, first base. Ryan O'Hearn's available. He's 32. He's not terrible. Last year, between Baltimore and San Diego, wasn't great. These are real life numbers, not sim numbers yet. We have Cody Bellinger, which I'm actually not the biggest fan of. I love Cody. I just think he's 30 already. He's getting older. I know Ryan O'Hearn's 32, but I think Belly's upside isn't as good. I shouldn't say isn't as good. I don't like Belly's upside, I should say. Jorge Polanco, I actually had in Go. That was actually a really good signing. But I bet he wants a crap ton of money. 23 million. So that's probably a no-go. Polanco was good though on OOTP Go. You have Eugenio Suarez, who's 34. So not necessarily great options. So of course they have him at second base, but he can also play first base. They have him between a 30 and a 60. It's very not specific. And then obviously at second and then at third. Okay. Luis Arraez always hits for a really good average. You can see his contact, avoids Ks. If you wanted somebody to get on base, he's available. But I wouldn't want him at third. And he wants 18 million a year, which isn't terrible. Or I wouldn't want him at first necessarily. Without power. So, I don't know. All right, let's advance a week. Personal message. Let's check out the Cal Tucker. I wish they went up and then down the other way. I like what I see as an offer. I'm leaning towards signing with New York, but I would consult my family, blah, 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 blah. Great. Bo Bichette. So your offer was really close to what I was looking for, but it didn't convince me. I'd suggest increasing shortstop or the money a little bit, and we might be in business. We're getting tight on these signings, so I might have to be out on someone. If I was going to be out on someone, I would rather be out. I think I would rather be out on Pete. If I was going to be out on anybody, or Cal Tucker, I might be out on Cal Tucker if he ends up coming back and saying, nah. Tucker probably more so than Pete. So, popularity well known, extremely popular. All right, the Bichette. Let's take a look. 7-year contract with an average salary of 38 is what he wants. We can't get that. We're going to be 5 million under or over budget. I offered 32 last time. I could go 3. There's the player option I was already going to put there. And if I was 32, I bet I can't get 33. Or can I? 33 gets me 5 million over still. No, it's 570K over if I went there. So if I did 35 here, player option, 38 here, did it for 3 years. I still can't do it. I gave him 32. So I'd have to give him 32.4. We can come back with 32. Ask for a response. Offer is not good enough. We might be out on Bo right now. We might be out on Bo here. I don't think Bo's gonna happen. All right, so I think we might be out on Bo. I would rather be out on Tucker, if I'm being honest with you. Tucker's a little bit older. I think we might pull Tucker's offer off the table. I might pull Tucker's offer off the table. The 9 years, 300. I would rather have Bo than Cal Tucker. I'm going to withdraw because we're getting crazy now. All right, so now we should have money back in free agency, right? Yeah, we have 32 million to play with now. That's still not right. No, that's not right. Right? Because that didn't do anything for me. Yeah, that didn't do anything for me, did it? That didn't really... Well, unless I go here, we go 32 and ask for a response. Decent offer. So if I get him at 32, for 7, and backload it, that might work. Yeah, that gives me 38. Okay. I thought the math was mathing wrong on here. Okay, so that gets me back into the game. I still have 38 million for free agents. I withdrew from Cal Tucker, so he's out, meaning I wouldn't be able to get back in, and I think he wanted too much anyways. So, right, I now can't get back in on Tucker. Because we were too far apart. That's fine. I wasn't really in on Tucker that much, although that would have been cool. Schwarber's way too much. I think he's asking for 40. Yeah, I couldn't get Tucker anyways unless I came down. Harrison Bader, Cody Bellinger. Marcelo Zuna, Rob Refschneider, Michael Talkman, Austin Hayes. All right, cool. Impossible to sign Cal Tucker. Funny. Cody's there if I can get him. So he's only 23 there. If I can get him for less years, because I'm really not the biggest fan for a long-term deal with Cody especially. But if I can get him for... What do I have? Oh, this is telling me if I gave him... Let's give him 21. See what he says. Not enough. He came back with 5. I'm going to go with 4. And see what he says. Acceptable. For 4 years. Gets him through age 34. Let me submit. That gives me 14 million left under the cap. That's favors the offer. Cody favors the offer. Bichette and Fromber still waiting. So, no new emails. So we go another week. Now we got a bunch. Here's our salary arbitration. I just got money back with David Peterson not coming back. So Tyler McGill gets 3.7, favored with the team. Brooks Raley gets 2 million, favored with the player. favorite with the player with Miguel. Tyrone Taylor 4.4, favored with the team. Terence gets 3 million, favored with the team. Brazaban gets 1.3, favored with the team. Austin Warren gets 1, favored with the team. And of course, Hearings Day. All right, so good there. I'm gonna go back to our free agency screen. Pending offers. Favors offer Valdez. Favors offer Alonso. Bobichette still waiting. Bellinger currently favors the offer. This is good. We still have $17 million left for free agency now at this point. Okay. So let's take a look at our roster here. Let's start with our lineups. All right. Love Lindor, love Soto, love Alvarez. Simeon, question mark. But new to the team, stuck with his contract, etc. Jeff McNeil, I want to see if we can get rid of his contract, see if anybody picks him up. Mark Vientos, we'll see what happens with our guys. Let's start with Jeff. All right, so we're going to go to Jeff. We're going to go, is it here? Trade options, shop player around. All right, so I'm first going to see, do we have any multiplayer deals in the majors? Anybody interested in Jeff McNeil? A bunch of people. This was great. Okay, perfect. All right, so the Reds willing to give me Ke'Bryan Hayes, Christian Enarcio Strand, and Reese Hines. Strongly advise against making this deal, says David Stearns, my assistant GM. All right, with the Cubs, Jameson Taillon, Shane Sasaki, Connor Nolan. These are minor league ball players. David Stearns, I would not make this deal. The other side offers an overpaid veteran. True, in Jameson Taillon, I'm not taking that contract anyways. I don't really like this because it's a logjam at my corners. It's actually a logjam in a lot of places, minus outfield on my roster, in my opinion. If we look at, it's like moving weirdly for me. Okay. We look at Kansas City. We could bring back Seth Lugo, 15 million. Don't like it. Jonathan Bolin and Tyler Gentry. Jeff McNeil is 15.8, so we do get a little bit. Stern says, I can think of a good reason to accept this offer. I can't think of a good reason to accept this offer. Excuse me. All right. Phillies. Nick Castellanos making 20. So I would have to take his contract on. That's $5 million. And Andres Tolhurst, which is a minor league ball player. I would not take this deal. I wouldn't either. And then with the Braves, Spencer Strider, $4 million, not bad. And then a minor league prospect in Chadwick Trump. I would not do this deal. The other side offers an overpaid veteran in Strider, who hasn't been that great. And I've actually already done a sim with Strider, and he was also not that great. So I'm not really sold on this deal. Okay, so that's our multi-package trade. Let's see what our prospect trades are. We're going to shop. Prospects. David Stern says we would be worse off if we make this trade. Here are the 3 minor league prospects from the Phillies. Gabriel Rincones, Zach Arnold, and Brock Vandenberg. All right, so looks like it's going to be hard to get rid of Jeff McNeil. He's got 2 more years under his contract. I do have a team opt out after this year, so that's also good to know. All right, and then last year we could obviously see his numbers with the Mets: 243, the 411 slug, 746 OPS, 12 home runs, 54 RBI, etc. Okay. Team needs. Now, this is where I can add team needs. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So, let's go into another week. Oh, look at that. I already see, but I'm going to go from the bottom. Fans are heartbroken that we lost Sterling Marte. Knew that was going to happen. Breaking news. I wasn't totally sold on your $34 million per annual at first, but my wife talked me into it. I think we got a good deal going forward, and it would mean a lot to have settled down, put together, and a settled deal put together, so we can concentrate on baseball. I'm going to sign with New York. Look at that. All right, so we've got Big Pete back in New York. Well, nothing is set in stone from Bo Bichette. Yours is the best offer I've gotten to date. You're a great negotiator. Cody Bellinger, I'm a free agent. I'm going to consider my options wisely. I know that you've given me a solid offer, but right now I have to say the best proposal comes from Pittsburgh. Crazy. All right, so we're going to have to look into that. Free agency, the stroke of midnight. Free agency files. Okay. So we've now entered free agency December 25th. Stroke of midnight signaled the arrival of the often wild, unpredictable free agency filings. There we go. Most general managers across Major League Baseball have an iron or two in the fire. So we got Pete Alonso right before free agency really kicked off. Okay, so we're good. All right, so we want to go back to Cody because it looks like Bichette's okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to come here because I just want to check my free agents pendings. Actually, let's go here. So I have $49 million for free agency right now. That includes the fact that Cody got a better offer. But we got Big Pete. We got and Bo Bichette and Fromber still are considering. All right, so back to Belly. Back to Belly. Let's offer a contract. Okay, so we're looking at Belly. It's 27. Money left over for free agency if signed. 22.6. Now we have some extra money because we lost the $7 million or whatever it was from David Peterson. So now I can go after Cody and probably potentially another player. All right. So he wants 4. That puts him at age 34. I'm okay with that. And I'm actually okay with the money right now. So I'm not even going to change anything. He wants 27.7 or 27.2 in that first year. I'm totally okay with that at this point because it's going to leave me $22 million to play with. So he's going to be okay with that. And we're going to offer. So now I can go back to free agency. And with $22 million more, let's see what I can do here. All right, so all free agents. Who's available? Cal Tucker is not going to negotiate. He's out. We already knew that. Plus, he's more than a 22 that we currently have. No go on Harrison Bader. I just don't like his bat, even though, I mean, his defense is outstanding. So maybe I do hop in on Bader, but I don't know. Bader, man, I just don't know if I can deal with the numbers in the outfield. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on Bader. See what happens with Cody. But I also don't know what he's looking for 32 million. He's out. Never mind. All right, Bregman. Actually, I'm just looking at top prospects right now, or top free agents. Naylor wants 33, which is crazy. Grisham wants 33, which is crazy. Or 23. That's not bad. Ryan O'Hearn, Marcelo Zuna, and then we're getting into guys that it's just like, these would be decent, but really after that, I'm not interested. Maybe we get somebody at an international. At the international waters when they are available. Love the international development crew. All right, so let's take a look at pitchers and see what we have for top line pitchers. Although I feel good about my bullpen. Let's see. So Edwin Diaz wants 34 million. Devin Williams wants 25 million as the closer. Suntak Lee wants 14. He's 30 out of Korea. Tyler Rogers wants 11. That's not bad. Tyler Rogers at 11. That's something to consider. If we look at our bullpen, I don't think I saw anything glaring with our bullpen. But AJ Minter, Reed Garrett. There's Reed Garrett. AJ Minter, Dickie Loveland, Tyler McGill, Christian Scott. Sorry. Oscar Brazaban, Joey Gerber. I'm on Joey Gerber for sure. Browser van, not bad. Not bad. Alright, so we go back to free agents. Who was I saying? So we're on all pitchers. Who was it? Oh, Tyler Rogers. Tyler Rogers. For 11 million? That might be doable right there. That might be doable. Age 35. What does he want for years? 2 years with a team option and a $1.3 million buyout. That might be worth it. Let's see if we can go lower. Money left after free agency. 11 million. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That is not what I wanted to do. 9. Use for both. Let's put him at 9. Ask for response. He's like, we're getting there. I'm gonna be a little bit stingy just to see. I'm gonna go one more. Dang it. Go one more. All right, he didn't like 10. He's set on the 11. So we're going to go 11. And we're going to submit. Okay. So back to the offseason center. Free agent. Pending. So close to Fromber, hopefully, and Bo. Cody's still waiting. Tyler Rogers now. We're going to throw him in there. All right. We've got an email that I didn't read. Okay, we're good. Go another week. All right. So, what do we have here? It looks like fan reaction to acquisition of Bo. Fans are ecstatic. You've signed him. The overall fan interest increase is amazing. Tyler Rogers said, I'm meeting with my agent. We're excited for your offer. It's not my final decision, but you're the front runner. So here's the Bo Bichette deal. The deal is done. I can't wait until we hoist the trophy over our heads. Bo Bichette is in. There it is. A wave of jubilation swept over New York today as fans and team officials celebrated the signing of Bo Bichette. Despite the fact that the New York Mets will have to pay $260 million over 7 years, it will certainly draw fans to the ballpark. Let's just hope they don't crank up ticket prices. In his career, Bichette hit 294, 904 hits, 111 home runs, 437 RBI, and 438 runs. Okay. And we're looking at some international signings. We got a guy from the Dominican Republic, Dave Zapata. We're going to look at his numbers. Do I think he's worth scouting and looking at? Probably not. Probably not. Could add depth and flexibility to our club. Blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. We're going to go back to the off-season here, or the off-season center. All free agents. Just want to double check my money. So we have $75 million for extensions. That's what I was looking for before, and I don't know why I couldn't find it. I think it's because we weren't into January. $75 million for extensions and $11 million for free agents left. So that means we're still favoring offers here from Valdez, Bellinger, Tyler Rogers. It's great. Okay. So, what do we have? What do I want to do? Let's go back. Free agents. Top line free agents with 11 million. Raisel Iglesias. That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be a bad upgrade to the bullpen. Was he 35? I bet he wants... He's so old. 3 years. He wants to go to 38. I just can't do it. Can't do it. Robert Suarez, 34. He wants 17. All batters left. I just can't see myself doing it. All right. Okay. If I go back to my lineup, are there any other trades that I could make? So hold on. Let me make changes to my roster. So we have Bichette, we have Pete, right? Okay. So how does our lineup change? Here we go. Beatty's out. Oh man, how do I? Lineups. Where is Pete? Is he not here? They don't have him in AAA, do they? Where is Pete in this? Or Bo Bichette? There's Pete right there. Meet the team. Why? Do I have to go forward a day? Is that what happened? We're just gonna go forward a day. Here we go. I think. New York Mets have a player designation for assignment whose DFA time runs out today. Please go and handle blah, 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 blah. Okay. Here we go. Designate for assignment. So we got Pete on the main team. Bo Bichette on the main team. There we go. All right. Now I can go to roster or lineups. And now we can figure out what we're doing here. So. Now we're going Pete at first, right? And we are going to do Bo. We got to go set position third. So now he's a third baseman. Now we're going to put Bo in place of Brett Beatty. Boom. Okay. So that's our left-handed lineup or our right-handed lineup. Where's our left-handed lineup? We still hate Marcus Semien there. We're going to go Lindor leads off. Soto, Bichette, Pete. Maybe we swap them there. Pete and Bo. This is where Vientos comes in. Vientos at DH. Not Jeff McNeil. Center field is still Yuan Bay. Second is still Semien, and left field is Tyrone Taylor. Okay. Versus lefty. Still want Lindor leading off. We're still going to have Soto second, and we're still going to put Pete third. So we got to put Pete at first. Pete's third. Bo Bichette third. Over Beatty. He's still in the right spot. Alvarez is still fifth. Vientos versus the lefty, yes. At DH. We might switch Vientos and Alvarez, actually. And then we'll go Bay, Semien, Taylor for now. Versus the lefty. We only have two lefties in our lineup anyways. I'm cool with that. So that's our current lineup. I have 27 players currently on the roster. We would bring up someone. Okay. Off-season center. Back to free agents. Pending free agents. So, all of them favor. We're good there. We're going to continue. We've got some messages. All right, let's see what we got. Romber Valdez inks the deal. I think we can do business. Your offer is right up my alley, and I'm impressed with New York. From the school system to atmosphere around here, you really think outside the box, don't you? Great. Update on Cody Bellinger. Time is running out. It's only fair that you should know I have another deal against you that I would prefer from Philly. Great. We got a guy from the Netherlands we're going to look at real quick. Is he worth scouting? Sure. Let's put him on my short list, which I have. I actually need to add one because I wanted to do current players and I wanted to do international players. So it's on my short list. We're going to request a scouting report. And we're going to go. All right. so there's the announcement for Framber Valdez, blah, 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 blah. Word of a huge deal between Framber Valdez and New York broke on BNN only minutes before it was officially announced. Starting pitcher will join the Mets for estimated $24.2 million per year over 3 years. Valdez has shown he is capable of putting together big money campaigns, which is exactly what Mets ownership was looking for. His career totals: Valdez is 81-52 with a 3.36 ERA. Love it. He comes over at the age of 32, and we've got him for a couple of years. Love it. Love it. All right. So we're going to go back to the off season free agents. I have 38 million for free agents still because Cody got a better offer. So let's discuss. It's going to leave me with 6 million if I just give him the 4-year deal for 32. 4 years puts him at 34. Isn't terrible. That's 32 million. We're going to go less than 32 million still. We're going to go 30. My last offer was for 27.4. Okay, let's go 29. Let's go 29 here for 4. Not 299. Here we go. That's what he says. Didn't like it. All right, so what if we go for 3 for 32? He still wants 34. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna go. What if we do 32.2 right here? He likes it. That gives me $6 million left under the cap. We're gonna submit. Cap budget. Cool. So we're waiting on Tyler Rogers and Cody. Nothing this week. We're in January 5th. January 9th, the Mets have a player that needs to designate. So there's my 28th guy on the roster. Framber Valdez, who's now officially with the team, had his press conference with the media. And we're going to look at pitching. So he becomes our ace. We look at the starting rotation now, right? Because we don't have David Peterson. Noah McLean's going to come down to 3. Kodai is there at 2. Framber Valdez going to come to 1. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to have to drop one guy at some point, but we'll wait that out. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to continue. All right, I have a new message. Gross, blah, 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 blah. Is this the guy that we looked at before? It is not. So we're going to look at this guy. Oh, no, don't want to look at my scout. Vinny Valdez. Let's see. 16 years old. I think it's worth it for now. It's worth it. I will add. I mean, his potential isn't great, right? But I think it's worth putting him on the international list. I actually also want to. Is it? I don't have the option to do it yet. Okay. Cool. I was gonna see if I could send him to like a training camp. I don't think I can yet. All right, so Nolan McLean, I had him doing some personal development stuff. Currently undergoing training at the development complex. As you're aware, he's been working with us. The staff is to improve his secondary pitch. I've also completed an interim report on his current status and what I project he will accomplish. While he's been working closely with coaches on his slider, throwing many bullpens, and pitching the live hitters, I have not seen him making any improvements. Staff's reassessing the program going forward, but McLean is not looking likely to make an advance. You must decide today if you wish to cancel this. Blah blah blah. You may do so in the respond to message. Got it. Okay, we're gonna keep looking. Jen Tong, underground personal development, blah 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 blah. Amazing, he's made incredible progress. I'm happy to compile my new scouting report. He's made huge strides so far. He's been working on strengthening his front side, and this has revealed another level to his control that he can attain. So we're not going to cancel that. Gap power for Carson Benj. Completed an interim report. Happy to say he appears to be doing well. He's been working on hitting pitches when they are thrown, blah, 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 blah. Great. Ryan Clifford, frustrated. Great. So where can I find that again? Team home screen, I think. Let's see, player development. Perfect. Developmental lab. So he's frustrated. I can cancel if I need to. Jenna Tong, doing great, excelling. Carson Benj, on track, great. Ryan Clifford, gap power, frustrated. I think I'm just going to continue. I want to see what happens there. All right, so do I continue on with Nolan McLean and Ryan Clifford, or do I scratch it? I think I should scratch it, actually. So they're not making progress, so we're going to scratch it. But we are going to go back to Clifford, and we're going to have him work on... Oh, hold. Where's my boy Bo Bichette? Where's my... Oh, we can't put Bo Bichette. Oh, we're in the AAA. That's why. All right. Where's my boy Bo Bichette? I wanted to see if I could do something with Bo. Improve infield defense. Hard. That's what I want to do. Base running fun. Learn new position. Easy. There it is. So I want to see where learning. Third. I wish you could tell him what position. I hope they know it's third. All right. What can we do at Pete? Just curious. Learn new position. Base running techniques. Bunting. Improve infield defense. Hard. Imagine if he just became a better defender. We're going to try it. Let's just see. What happens. Okay. So we're going to go back to our off season here. And then free agents. Pending. So we're just waiting on Cody and Tyler. Tyler still favors. We've got some emails. Winter meetings has begun. Perfect. Draft lottery announce. Baltimore, Chicago, Minnesota, Colorado, Nationals, and the Pirates. Great. We're going to just double check again. Where are we at? Pending. Favor. Great. One more week. All right. Hold on. All right. So, bunch of things. Winter meetings over. We're checking out Duran Landman. That's not terrible. Shortstop 16. We'll throw him on the short list. International players. Short list. Great. Breaking news, international amateur free agency signing period. Love it. List of players can be found there. We'll get there because I know we got some stuff. Steve Cohen says, as we get closer to the start of the season, I review the team's financial state at the moment. As a reminder, you have $378 million available for the team expenses for the season. You may review all your financials on the front office page, which is right here. Market size, fan loyalty is good. Fan interest in 89. I set tickets to $43 this year, which I brought it down because I wanted to see if that's going to raise season ticket prices. And everything, it looks like projected season tickets are going to go up 41%, which is outstanding. It also looks like attendance is going to go up 8%, which is also outstanding. But revenue per game is going to drop. That's what happens. All right. That's what happens. All right. So we got $6 million available. There's our scouting budget. There's our developmental budget. Projected budget for 2027 will be the same. All right, cool. All right, back to emails. Breaking news: Cody Bellinger signed his contract. Let's make it a deal. I'm tired of the constant back and forth, and I'd really like to hitch on with the Mets. So, boom, Belly is on. Then it looks like Tyler Rogers. This deal's right up my alley, and really befits a veteran ball player. Thank you for going the extra mile. Preseason starts. 2026 schedule has been released on January 18th, blah, 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 blah. Here it is. Word of a huge deal between Cody Bellinger and New York broke on BNN. Only minutes before it was announced, center fielder will join the Mets for an estimated $31.1 million per year over 4 years. Belly has shown he is capable of putting together big money campaigns, which is exactly what the Mets ownership was looking for. In his career, Belly is hitting .261 with over 1,100 hits, 211 doubles, 28 triples, and 225 home runs. And then here's the article on Rogers. Despite his solid numbers, some fans question the value of Tyler Rogers signing, even as New York officials paraded him before the media this afternoon. Rogers will surely bring a lot to the club, but he comes at a price of $22 million a year over 2 years. In his career, Rogers has appeared in 420 games, captured 19 saves, and has 26 wins and 23 losses, with a 2.76 ERA and 306 strikeouts in 424 innings. All right, so we've got those guys on the squad. They're going to get introduced in about a week. Then we can make some moves in terms of that. That leaves us with, I don't think we have enough to make any more big free agent signings. We've got international amateurs that we can look at here in a second. So we've got money for that. Free agents, we have $6 million left for free agents. We're going to take a look at who's left. Cal Tucker's still available. There's definitely some guys still available. Raisel Iglesias with his $8 million demand. I think that dropped. Jose Alvarado, I think he dropped. So bolstering the bullpen a little bit. He's got nice above average sinker, above average cutter, fairly slightly above average stuff. Let's move forward though. Oh, hold on, you took me to personnel. Oh, this is just personnel overview. I hired a hitting coach in the minors, but these are our guys here. Unproven, blah, 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 available actions. Contract through 2027. 0 years of experience. David Stearns, John Gibbons, Chris Gross, Jeremy Hefner, Jeremy Barnes, blah, blah, blah. So, very little experience with some of these guys. My team trainer has 0 experience. That's fun. All right. Let's look at the international amateurs before we go. Okay. So, international amateur free agents. League interest very low. Relationships weak. And scouting reports low. So this definitely, oh, there's the potential. Okay. Okay. So we have a center fielder at 16 with high potential, asking for 3.2. Let's take a look at his numbers. He's got great power. And is about a left fielder. than anything else. So it's not bad. Let's see, we have average relationship with Willie, and are these guys that are on my short list? Actions. Was he on my short list? He was not. Okay. Look at his numbers. Not a lot of power, but a lot of contact. For center field, Willie Pie Revelis is his name. All right. I do like the fact that we have an average relationship with the guy. So let's take a look at what he wants. He wants 2.9 million as a signing bonus. And our budget was what? Don't know. I thought it was like 16 million. Oh, wait, right here. Sorry, 4.8 million. I know it's not 16 million. 4.8 million. Okay. International free agents. I like his power. If we're taking a look at the same, right? We're looking at the same guy, essentially. He's got better power. His position ratings are just as good, range just as good. He wants 3.2 million. Ask for a response. Let's submit the offer. Okay. That's the top international free agent. All right, we're going to go a little bit further down the list here. Another guy here. He's a contact guy. Not a great defender. But he also had an average relationship with the team. That's why I stopped on him. So here's a second baseman. Not bad power, a little bit above average, great contact. Let's just actually need to put him on the short list also. And we need to put our other guy on the short list. International players. Okay. So where's that guy? Right here. Mr. October is his nickname. That's crazy. All right, let's see what he wants. 2.4. I cannot offer that to him. I mean, I can see if he wants less. If we went 1.5. Ugh, brutal. 1.5. Ask for a response. He thinks it's good. We're going to submit the offer. Okay. Great. I have 2 emails. Contract negotiation. I think it's fair unless someone else offers. Blah, blah, blah. That's fair. Thanks for the offer. Okay. So back to this. Back to the free agents. Pending. There we go. Cool. All right. So we're going to continue for a couple of weeks. contract negotiations. I'm a young man and capable of breaking out. Your offer is a good one, but I can get a better deal elsewhere. Right now, I'm leaning towards the Los Angeles Angels. Surprise, surprise. They have a different offer. So we're going to go to offer contract. I'm not going to be able to offer you anything more than what I offered you. Mr. October, you're going to go to LA or somewhere else. Okay. Cool. We're going to move on. Now we have, we'll call this players have been introduced to the media. Taylor Rogers, Cody Bellinger. You guys are now on the team. And now we have some things to do. We need to get rid of 2 players. We are going to start or drop 2 players in the minors. We're going to start with the pitching. And so we have 5 starters, and in the bullpen, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So probably 2 of them there. Joey Gerber, probably, right? Gerber I wasn't impressed with. Brooks Riley, he's good for now. Oscar Brosban, you're solid for now. Christian Scott at the age of 26, you might be getting dropped. Even though we know Mets fans love him, we love him. Dickie Lovelady at the age of 30, not terrible. Reed Garrett, it might be right there. It might be Loveland and Scott for now. Maybe Loveland and maybe we'll do Loveland and Brosban. Oh no, that's right. Gerber and Brosban. That's what we're gonna do. Gerber and Brosban are gonna get moved. All right, so Gerber, we're sending you down. So transaction, demotes AAA, and then Brosban demotes AAA. Okay, so this is our rotation: Valdez, Senga, McLean, Holmes, Manaya, and then AJ Minter is my closer for now. Reed Garrett, Dickie Loveland, Tyler McGill, Christian Scott, Brooks Riley, Tyler Rogers. Lineups are solid. Nothing to move there. We have the 28-man roster for now. That's obviously going to switch. Let's take a look at our 40-man roster. Let's look at this email real quick, actually. All right, so Carlos Beltran gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. How do you get to the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame? Just hit 500 homers, get 3,000 hits, win 300 games, or perhaps just 300 saves. Not an easy task, is it? But occasionally it does happen. It happened to the gifted center fielder Carlos Beltran, who retired at the age of 40. Beltran was recently inducted into the coveted shrine of hardball heroes by the Baseball Writers Association. Beltran was a favorite of the beat writers, also quick with a quip and always willing to talk about the game. But that's not why he got elected to the Hall of Fame. Beltran played a good brand of baseball too. He played in 2,586 games, 2,586 games, had over 2,700 hits, 435 home runs, and over 1,500 RBI, and scored over 1,500 runs while batting .279 in his career. Reminiscing about his life in baseball, Beltran said it all began by hitting grand slam homers in the last of the ninth in his backyard, and it ended up in the Hall of Fame. Quote, "It was quite a trip. I can't believe they pay us money to play a kid's game. Thank goodness I was good at it. I only got a high school education, and I had to cheat to get that. Who knows what I would have done without baseball. I was just a poor old country boy. For the longest time, I even thought the last words of the national anthem were play ball." Funny. All right. Talent profile. Jesus Reyes out of Venezuela. We're going to move on. Breaking news. Edgar Barrera inks a deal. That's our center fielder that we went out and got. He's looking forward to spending the next couple of years in the international complex. So that's pretty solid. That was our power guy that we went after. So that was good. We're going to set developmental focus. And we're going to look at that. We're going to go contact if we can. Nope, this is all set. So I'd have to move stuff down. Yeah, we got it. We'll keep it even. We'll keep it even. All right. Cool. So that's good to go. And then Dominican Republic, Juan Cruz. Not bad. He avoids K's. He's average. We'll add him to the international players. Cool. All right. We are just about done with the off season here. We're going to continue. You received a message. Pete Alonso improved defense. Frustrated. Currently undergoing training at the development. As you're aware, he's been working with the staff to improve his defense. Now that he's halfway done, I've checked in. He's been working with coaches on various drills to improve his arm strength, accuracy, and general ability to handle hard-hit ground balls. Fortunately, I haven't seen him make any progress beyond what he's capable of. And the training seems to just be doing a good job of keeping him in form. Unless coaches can find something new for him, I doubt we'll see any major improvements to his defense. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so we're going to respond and we're going to cancel the program. Program terminated. Bo Bichette excelling and learning a new position. I've checked in with his progress so I can report on how he's faring. He's been doing amazingly well, learning left field. I was curious. So they just stuck him in a position and they're like, hey, you're out there in left field. I wish it would have been at third, which is where we had him right now. But they put him out in third. Very interesting. Or they put him out in left field. Very interesting. You must decide if you want to. We're just going to continue the program. Maybe he ends up being a solid outfielder. Oh, that's crazy. All right. All right. So, where are we at now? Team home screen. Organization. I want to set my 40 man. Right? So who can be on the 40 man? Oh, we want Sprout and Jonah on there, right? Maybe Carson Benj, who's on the 40 man right now. Oh yeah, we definitely want to put them on it. We definitely want to put those guys on it for sure. Okay. We're going to put Jonah Tong. This player's already on the 40 man. That's great. He was not. Nathan Lavender on the 40 man. Okay, there we go. Cool. All right, we're going to continue on. I think we are good to go though, right? We don't have anything else that we need to touch on. If we come back here and we go to free agents, let's see who's available. Cal Tucker's still available. We're going to go all players. Cal Tucker's still available. Raisel Iglesias still available. He's now asking for 7.5 million, so that has gone down. All right. Andrew McCutcheon. Okay. I think I like the team. I think I like where the team's at. So we got Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Bichette, Vientos, Alvarez. Oh yeah. Where are those guys at? We need to put that in. I did not do that. Haha. I was like, that's not Belly. Okay. Lineups. Belly in center. Great. Belly, we're going to have him hit against lefties for now. Great. So now we're going to put Belly. We're just going to put him up into the 5-hole. And put Belly in the 5-hole right here. Tyrone Taylor in left. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I might do like a Jared Young in left, because he can play some outfield. We'll see. We'll see how that turns up. Jeff McNeil, bench. Luis-Angel Acuna, bench. Brett Beatty, bench. Luis Torrens, Juan Bay, Ronnie Mauricio. All right. And then, obviously, my rotation. Fromber, Kodai, Nolan McLean, Clay Holmes, Sean Manaea, bullpen, AJ Minter, Reed Garrett, Dickie Loveland, Tyler Miguel, Christian Scott, Brooks Riley, and Tyler Rogers. I don't think I'm missing anybody. Cool. We're just going to continue. We're going to see what comes our way before the start of the season. Our other guy ended up signing with the Athletics that I was scouting. So he's in with their international complex. And then Cal Tucker signed with Miami. Interesting. What did he sign for? Let's see. He ended up signing for $64 million a year. Unbelievable. $64 million. Not me. Couldn't do it. All right. So we're in February 9th. We're now at February 13th. Bo Bichette successfully learned a new position. He now can play left. Look at the left field numbers. Still a better infielder. So he's obviously going to stay. We're going to keep him at third. It would have been nice if I could tell him where I wanted him to learn that position. That would have been nice. All right. Team home screen. Oh, you can modify colors and everything. Interesting. Okay. All right. So here's our front office. And here were our goals. Acquire a hometown player, no progress. Interesting. I guess I didn't acquire a hometown player. I need to find someone from New York just to like throw them on. Improve your draft. I can't do that yet. Improve team chemistry. Still content. He's happy. Priority is winning. Involvement is normal. Generous fiscal personality. Can't do anything with international till they're on the roster. And then we need to make the playoffs. Fan entrance. Currently 89 was a 79, so I improved there. The only thing I did not do was bring in a hometown player. That was not good. Filter, city of birth. Can we do that? All right. All right. So we have 4 million. This is where we're at with our free agent, Justin Turner. He's available for 2.2 million. Cool. All right. Carlos Santana is still available. Okay. I think we're at February 13th. It's time to go through to the beginning of the season. We're just going to go week by week to see where we're at. Spring training begins. Jenna Tong improved control. That was successful. Look at his numbers there. We got his potential up, I think, which was nice. Carson Bench gap power successful. Very nice. We can go to player development here, developmental lab. They are done. Oh. Oh, we can put them on still. Interesting. So we still have some time to put some players on. This is my 40 man, which is going to 60 because we're in spring training. So we're good there. We're in spring training now. So I'm going to go to my home list. Not that one. Organization I need. All right. So we have a 60-man roster. And we pretty much have everybody from AAA. I feel like on there. It's funny. Look how many people are left from single A or triple A. All right, so who else do we want to invite? We obviously want to invite Ryan Clifford. We want to invite Parada, Jet Williams. Who do we have here? We have 17 more people. Nick Larusso for sure. Let's see where they're at. Felipe De La Cruz. You never have enough pitchers, right? So we'll just get a 60 man just to see how everybody does. We'll take some people from AAA. Right? TJ Shook. Here we go. So we have our 60 man filled out, 40 man for the season filled out. Okay, so we're going to continue. Spring training is going to get underway. And I'm actually not going to play. We're going to cancel games. I'm not going to play games. I'm going to do 1 week at a time. And just let those play out themselves. I want to see team pitching leaders, team roster, bullpen. That works for me. Team injuries, team graph, my minor league system. I don't know if I want to see team rankings, team schedule. I don't want to see team schedule here. I want to see your last game. I want to see that here. Because then that way I can come to the box score, check out some numbers, etc. Blah, blah, blah. So I can see how everybody's doing. Look, Jared Young, 2 home runs, etc. Beatty's got a home run so far this spring. That type of stuff. Unless there's something else. We got a who's hot. That's fun. Team rankings, team injuries. Batting leaders, pitching leaders. Or do I just want to go team batting? Nope, we don't want to go team batting. Team batting leaders. Yeah. Where is the team chemistry? Jungwon Bae is selfish. Good personalities. Bad relationship with John Gibbons. Okay. All right. Next week. Attention, I have a personal message. We really need help with the team. All right. Bichette, working hard to give back. When Bo Bichette is on a diamond, he's enjoying working with less fortunate, explaining his reason, blah, 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 blah. Great. Fresh talent. Antonio Ayala. Not bad. Not bad. How old is he? 16? We'll put him on the short list. Not bad. Okay. We really need the team's help. I'm working hard to try and rally the guys on the team around the idea of helping the community. Feel like we can do more than nearly any other entity in New York to raise awareness for the plight of the less fortunate. What can you do to show support and provide awareness for the community? Remember, the amount of money you can give will be nothing compared to the amount of goodwill you receive from the local community. Thanks for anything you can do, Bo Bichette. Give a donation, start a charity. Now, I just went all in on that one, just right in. You've replied with give a donation. Cool. All right. We're going to go start a real-time simulation. Interesting. Next week. Attention, your personal message. Talent in the Dominican. Frank Sandoval. Not, Team home screen. 4 and 5 in spring training. Where are we at? March 1st, next week. Got an email. Team Ponies Up Cash. Helps New York community. It's reported in the media that the New York Mets recently donated a sizable sum to New York Food Bank after being requested to help by third baseman Bo Bichette. Team officials said that they felt compelled to act once Bo told us about the work he had been doing with the community. Said one Mets VP, "We knew we had to act. Fans are sure to be happy to hear that the team is working to build a better future for the New York area, and Bo Bichette has to be happy that ownership was willing to help." Anything I can do. All right. Play next week. March 9th. I don't need my last game if it was in that last screen. Team finances. I just don't necessarily need team finances there. Chemistry and cohesion. I'm good with that. That's what I want. That's good. Garber, day to day. Lindor right now batting .324 with 3 home runs. Belly's got 4 home runs. Vientos is batting .212. Alvarez is hitting decent. Pitching down here, doing okay. My minor league system. I don't necessarily need to see my minor league system there in terms of record. I can see who's hot, who's not right here. That's good. Okay. Next week. All right, 13-8. Halfway through spring training. Big Pete, 1 home run. Marcus Semien, day to day, about 2 weeks. Finger sprain. Fun. Didn't mean to do that. Next week, Luis Angel Acuna, strained medial collateral ligament, MCL, 6 to 7 weeks. Ugh, brutal. So we're gonna put him on. Guess he's gonna go on 10-day. Okay. That's no fun. Next week. Next week. Received a message. Opening day. Opening day. All right. Opening day. Padres and Cardinals are going to get started. Here's the top prospects. So top minor league systems. The Mets are in 16th. Jonah Tong 32nd. Jet Williams 44. Giovanni Rodriguez sitting in 60th. It's Ryan Clifford in 67th. And Saul Garcia 82nd. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I definitely appreciate you guys hopping in. We are now at the start of the regular season, so I will have an update on how that goes in the next video. Hope you guys like and subscribe, and as always, strive for the best version of your day.